Welcome to the Metal Prognosis. My name is Lee, and on today's video we are looking at the Audio Assault AHM plugin, which is really cool. So we're going to plug that in, we're going to dial something in together and see how it all unfolds and how it sounds, and just do a quick tour of it to check it out. So we won't be delving in too much as in adding in third-party cabinets or anything like that. We're just going to look at it in-house to see how it is and how it flows. So let's start plugging stuff in and let's start having some fun. All right, now I've got everything set up ready to go. Grab the guitar. Let's open this little bad beast up. So I've got two versions here. I've used the old one, but this is a new one that just came out. It's a bit noisy straight off the bat. So let's put the noise gate up a little bit to help clean that up because we don't want that hiss. But good on them for having the noise gate engaged straight away as soon as you open up the app. That is really cool. So let's have a quick tour. We have the tuner, which is pretty cool. Pretty handy to have one so you don't have to muck around with other stuff. We have the stomp box section, a noise gate, a boost, and it looks like a tube screamer, like they had in the other one. We have the amp. This has two different type of models of the EVH. The 6L6 here, which is, I love the look of it. I love the white and the black with the Van Halen style lines. And if you blend it here, it goes to their 34 version. So that's really cool. And you can do kind of a blend of them as well. So that's really cool how they did that. It looks like I've got 3 channels here: lead, crunch, and clean. We're definitely not doing clean. We go to the cabs. Because I've used it before, it's actually kept my old cabs that I imported in here, which is really cool. But for this video, we'll just stick to their cabs. Okay, it looks like we've only got 1 cab on, but you can blend it here to have 2, which is amazing to have all those different options. We'll stick to 1 and we'll stick to theirs because I don't want to get caught into analysis paralysis and trying to find the best of the best and trying to blend and mix, because the video will go for, God, a long, long time. On the other side, the cabs. Oh, sorry. So the other thing I should say about the cabs, which someone mentioned to me last time I did a video, you've got phasing issues, which is really cool. So you can, phasing issues, you can reverse the phase to see what's being taken out if you're blending multiple cabs. High pass and low pass, which is really handy. So yeah, basic panel levels. That's all really cool. Effects. What effects do we have? EQ graph, which is really cool. Which is what? 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, a 10-band EQ, which is my favorite type of band to have EQ when coming up with guitar tones. Nice chorus, delay, and reverb. Don't really care much about reverb in my guitar tone, but it's really cool. It got chorus and delay for if you want to do like different lead style patches. You can just chuck it straight on in here. So that's enough babbling. Let's hear what we get straight off the bat. So just turning it on, as you see, I haven't really touched anything. That's what we get. So firstly, we start off with the cab. So we'll just look at the top 4 because I can't remember which ones. Like there's heaps here. And I really like what they've done here too. Like thick, balanced, bright, chubby, dark, scoop. I like how they've given them basic descriptions to give you kind of a guide. Because if I was just to look at that, say for example, the ones down here, I know that might be an SM57 maybe. That's R121. But, you know, I don't know what type of characteristics they give. So the fact that they've started labeling these, I'm a big fan of. So let's just have a look. What's this one sound like? Tacos. 50-50. Yeah, we're going to stick with that one. That's got the most body to it. So let's see. Let's come up with a basic distortion first. So this is all high noon at the moment. So crunch. No, I'm going to stick to lead. get the most oomph out of it. So firstly, let's take a bit of the bass out, add a bit of mids and treb. Let's give me a bit more volume. See the presence. Definitely keeping that. Let's look at the sounding decent. A bit of gain. So let's start off with the gain rolling back, and then we'll roll it up and see how it sounds. I think there might be the sweet spot-ish. Thing to take note of, that took very little time to come up with that tone. And that's, well, the equivalent of straight out of the box as well. Someone also mentioned to me that mucking around with this in helps not just with the input, but help like with gain staging. So let me just add some and see what effect it has. Crank it. Bring it back down. Makes it a little bit more sensitive because we're putting a lot more, from my understanding, input into it, so to speak, a lot more signal, but I'm not hearing much of a change of positive characteristics, so we'll just leave it down for now. I might need to research it a little bit more. Let's see about the stomps. Now, the booster last time I used it, I wasn't overly impressed. Probably because I'm just so attuned to like the Fulton 33 here, which I'm used to a boost really cramming the absolute crap out of it, where this seems to do a standard job. So let's go to the screamer. Let's do the usual trick. Drive down, level all the way up, add a little bit of tone. Let's do a quick before and after and see how good it reacts. Yeah, I don't mind that. A little bit of drive. I prefer it as a clean boost, actually. Sounding good. Let's have a quick look at the effects. So let's just put on the delay just so we can hear it. That's a solid delay. Got the usual stuff. You can sync it in, which you'd definitely want to do if you're recording, or I do 99% of the time. Yeah, cool feedback, width, mix, all good, all good. But I think the most powerful thing I like to use is the EQ. So let me just do a quick see if we can come up with something. Yeah, so it definitely makes a big difference. It does really work like a EQ bar, where it gives it that nice little boost on top of what you've already dialed in. So another thing that we haven't tried is this comes with two different types of amp models, the 6L6 and the 36. So if we change the balance, come on, there we go. You can see it changing and have a nice really blend. So let's just see the difference between them. Yeah, I might just leave it on this one for now because I think mainly just because I've dialed it in with this one, it suits it better. But it's really cool that you can do that and you can really hear the different characteristics in it. Compared to. So really cool. All right, so I think that's enough of a tour and a quick play around, because I could absolutely get into analysis paralysis with all the different options, like even just with all these cabs. That's huge of all the different sounds and different stuff you can do. Same with amp settings. Same with all this. I could dial in the threshold a bit better with the noise gate and keep going backwards and forwards, but we'll be here for a long, long time. So instead, I'm going to take a step back from the camera. I have no idea how close this is. And I'm going to do a quick jam. So I'll double up on the guitars, add some bass and drums, and then we'll just hear how it is, and then we'll have a chat about it on the other side. So sit back and enjoy. Time for some final thoughts on the AHM plugin by Audio Assault. So firstly, very well laid out. I like how they had it very simple to see, and they do this with all their plugins, so I'm not surprised, but it's still nice. You've got your tuner first, which is convenient, it's nice. But having the pedals, amp, speaker, and then the effects racks, and you can see the chain and you can actually hear the effects of how they all work in together is really, really cool. How the amp head emulator, so to speak, reacts was really, really cool. Very straightforward and simple. I like how they've got two different type of amp head models there too, and you can actually blend the different characteristics. That's a really, really nice option and can really help you be creative and dynamic in very, very unique ways. The cab section, I could have spent days on choosing a different cab and trying to figure out the best combinations and all their other abilities that we didn't even touch base on here. Because as soon as you bring up the different cabs in there, they've got mic distances and as in closer, further away, or towards the edge or towards the center, which alters the sound immensely as well. I don't know if they've got an angle. Let me have a quick look. I brought it up here purely for a reference. So they don't have an angle aspect, but they've got, yeah, definitely closer or further away from the speaker and closer to the edge or to the center of the speaker, which makes a huge difference to the actual tone and overall effects that you want to get. So being able to customize your own sound from this, you've got huge options, which is really, really cool. And yeah, the effects at the end worked out really well. Having the EQ post, the actual speakers, I think is really handy because I do that all the time in the studio after I capture it. Then sometimes you need to do post EQing to either clean stuff up or to shape it more to the mix of what you need. And the fact that you've got that all in this one plugin is very convenient, and it reacts really well too. Just having a really basic standard 10-band EQ is really, really effective. Jamming it through, it felt really nice. If I would have delved in more deeper, I would have definitely got a better tone. But the tone that I got in, as we saw, the amount of time or the lack of time that I actually put into it, I'm definitely very impressed with just being able to open it up, check it out, and to do it. So I have used the previous version of this plugin before for demos for bandmates, when I'd write something, quickly compose it to put it together and then throw it to them, because you can't just throw them anything, because if the production isn't to a certain point, there's a good chance the band members can't see your vision to what you're trying to propose to the song. And what I used for it in that case scenario worked out an absolute charm. And it's also, which I haven't done for it yet, but I'm definitely keen to try it sometime, is pre-recorded DI tracks to see how you can shape it once you've already got the guitar recorded and the structure laid out, to see where you can take it, mucking around from purely an engineer perspective, not a player trying to find a tone perspective. Because we pretty much run everything live for this video, but doing it the other way around by getting the guitars and then mucking around with the sounds post-recorded, I reckon the possibilities are even, well, they're the same, but it's just a different way of approaching it, which could be really, really fun. So there we have it. The Audio Assault AHM plugin, which is very, very cool, especially the updated version. I wish I could tell you more about the difference between the two. They did send me an email laid out a lot of that, but I cannot remember. So I can only show you what I got there. Thank you very much for joining me in this conversation. I hope you enjoyed it, and I hope you enjoy all the other conversations we have either in past videos or ones I do in the future. And I really look forward to chatting with you next time. And until next time, please stay safe.